We just thought we would give you all an update of our construction progress. There's been a lot of activity, as you'll see in this video. So we just wanted to show you what's occurred as late as the last few days. But this is our new northwest entrance with a covered drop-off. And it's got all the landscaping they just installed in the last couple days. And then where you're painting towards there is the new handicap spots with all of the handicap ramps and everything here. They've laid all of the asphalt in the new areas to where this will all be very workable for us here in the very near future. Then as you go down this way is the new bottom of the new covered walkway. This will be driving all in here, and there'll be gutters on both sides and downspouts to carry the water from this area away from the building. And then as we walk in, now we're inside the northwest entrance, which that initial area out there, that part stayed the same, but everything in here has totally changed to where we've got the corridor that goes back here towards the classrooms. For all the youth and high school and everything, which you'll see here in a moment. The biggest change by far is how this area works. So this is the old narthex, which will get a new roof inside here. And then this will be the new southwest entrance corridor, where that wall will come all the way to about right here when they're finished. That way anyone, a new visitor coming in, can see and have an idea of where they need to go. We have the temp wall now torn out. It was between the existing fellowship hall and the old courtyard, which is fast to change. And you get a chance to This is the old courtyard that we've now fully enclosed, and it's weatherized to where any weather that comes in is dried in, where they can continue inside construction work. If you scan along the top of this, a lot like the fish bowl that we built over on the inside, is anywhere where you see light colored plywood will be the same windows called trout wall that we have over there in the east fish bowl. So that will include most of the east wall, the entire north wall up above me, and then two small sections over here, a little bit on the south wall and some on the west wall. So we should have good lighting in this area, indirect lighting that will be really helpful. But it's just a totally different feel now for our old fellowship hall, and in this space here, it just gives us a lot of room to do everything we need to do. This is the old southwest entrance area, which is going through a facelift change. Here, the sidewalks have been taken out. We'll have new handicap sidewalks over here to my right that will be coming from where the handicap parking was, which is pretty much where the old ones were. The biggest change will be that we're going to have a flower bed arrangement here about where those rebars are in that area. But this will be a very gradual slope sidewalk for handicap access. Then over here to my left, the old steep sidewalk has been torn out, and it'll be much more on the level with steps periodically to get up to the top. It's obviously not handicap accessible. It will be very walkable for those who don't have problems. Then this entrance here, this is scheduled to be demolished and taken off. This will all be removed back to about right here. Our new entrance doors will be here, and then they'll build back about a 3-foot deep roof over that area. It gives a more modern look and a more welcoming look to it than what we had previously. There will be stone like what on the original building that will be along this wall. Okay, one difference that's going to be in here is we'll have double doors rather than the old single doors like we had in the old entrance. And then there'll be glass side lights on both sides, and glass transoms, so there'll be good light coming in this way, you know, to provide light in this area. And you'll see we'll go inside the new corridors, both the corridor going from here up to the north, and then the corridor going towards the gymnasium. That area will just be very helpful, I think, for any visitor and for us using day to day to get to whatever part of the building we need to for any group that they're involved in. And in here, the new wall, we're demoing out the old glass wall that used to be looking out onto the courtyard. That's coming out. And then we'll build a new wall back here, which will make the high school classroom even bigger. But that way it's a real obvious entrance, and then any visitor coming in can look directly and see the activity going on and naturally know where to go to, you know, for anything that they're attending. They're in the process of tearing down the old window wall on the south side of the courtyard, demoing that back so that we can build the walls back in for that, what's now interior. So they're in the process of doing that. This is the new West Classroom Edition, and the corridor that's in here. This wall actually curves and widens out on this end just to give a little more space. And there's an emergency door back behind where the camera is, you know, for exiting out of this area. Then this is a nice long smooth corridor for everyone, and also includes a single person bathroom with a shower that had to stay for certain prima donnas in our, just kidding. Anyway, so it's a nice corridor that people, you know, kids and teachers can get in there. If you move in here into the classrooms, where they're all quite large, a lot of space for us to utilize. This is Pastor's old office, and it's been made into one large classroom. And one of the things that's been added in the last week is they have suspended the track for the new section of accordion doors, so that this room can be divided into two rooms whenever there are activities that require. New ceiling, new HVAC, just a totally different feel from what it used to be. This right here is Suzanne's old office, so it's changed a lot. As you can hear, construction activities going on. Here's another one of the classrooms, which again is good sized, new ductwork and everything. So there's some areas where we have these ducts are covered up in that, but actually gives kind of a cool feel to it. There's one room in particular that I think actually ends up being very interesting, but just a really good feel, I think, to it. It's going to be very functional for all of our youth and you know, Sunday school and other activities. Here's the new single-person bathroom, which there's no lighting in there, so I can't show you, but there's a new shower stall in there that could be used when we have sleepovers with the youth or anything else where there's a restroom where showers can be taken, you know, if so desired. And then moving down here, is the classroom I was referring to, which, because of the way the ductwork had to be run, we have this fascia that runs all the way around, but then we'll be able to put in a tray type ceiling, you know, where it's good ceiling height in here, doesn't feel claustrophobic or anything. And it has a cool feature in it with the curved wall here in this one corner that's also on the corridor side as well. That I think is just going to be a nice little touch. So then going on, we have another very large classroom, which part of this used to be Jacob's space in the volunteer office. So it's got a totally different feel for that. Again, some tray ceilings where we had to incorporate the ductwork, but they did a good job of doing that to where I don't think it's going to be bothersome to anybody visual-wise. All the walls are insulated, so sound won't transmit very well between one classroom and another where we're disturbing each other. And you can see through the window there some of our new landscaping that we saw earlier, and the handicap spots there, which have no ramps, no steps or anything in the road where people can get in easily. And this is what used to be Steve Short's classroom and part of Jacob's. So they enlarged that size and moved the east wall further to the east, so there's a lot of space for use for our classrooms over in this area. In this area here will look very similar to where Floyd Lemons is officing over in the new Phase 1 offices and the volunteer office across from it. It'll have a glass wall in it, very similar to those. And my understanding is that's going to be where the
Sunday school store
is. Will be over in this area, which is just a natural with kids coming from other parts of the church or coming in from outside, where it'll be very accessible. A lot of traffic can come and go here. This curved corner helps with that, which is not having any obstructions for people coming and going. And again, just a nice feel. And then we're back here to the northwest entrance again. And while I'm here, I'll just talk a little bit about the sanctuary. We're still working through all of the challenges with putting in new skylights, which will be done, and we won't move back into that until they are done. And the property committee, I know, has been hard at work in getting that done, along with the flooring selection for in there, and then the new cushions, for the pews. So that's all part of that's ongoing. Bill Davidson actually suggested we call that Phase 3, and I think that's a good description of that. So I think there's a very, very good possibility that we'll be able to occupy the Phase 2 part of this building before the sanctuary is done. But that's all right, because the Phase 1 space has worked out so well, and then with the addition of this large fellowship area out here and the kitchen and those kind of things, I think we can carry on all the activities we need to. Coming over this way, okay, now we're where the kitchen was, and going down to the old back room. We've done the work that's necessary to reinforce the block walls that were in here. We discovered that they were hollow and weren't filled with concrete, which is an absolute requirement for the second floor bridge going from the upstairs practice room into the sanctuary above my head. So they spent the last week or so in here knocking holes in the block wall and filling the lower ones full of concrete so that those can be safely anchored to for the walkway. This area here, when it's all done, all of the block wall will be sheetrocked over to where it's a good finished look. And we'll be safe to do what we need to do. And then this gives you an idea where the holes are, where the walkway is going to be, because I think there's been a lot of confusion with people about where that's going to be. Need some help here, Claire. Moving into this area is our new kitchen area and serving on, which this was built in Phase 1 because of some of the plumbing requirements. It hasn't been visible to anyone because of where it is. So you now have the 20, I believe it's a 24-foot long serving line. Excuse me, 20 foot with 24 outlets. So any chili cook-offs or anything that require a lot of outlets, and then you've got a big 20-foot shelf on top. So everything can be set up there. There'll be some fairly not great, I think 18-inch deep cabinets here, where plates and other things can be served in not in walker. We went with extra wide doors at both ends to allow any equipment, carts, and just people coming and going to have plenty of access. And then this is the new kitchen. With some of the equipment that's been sitting in here since phase one, because we had to get it in place before we built walls around it. The plumbing had to be recut, in the floor and everything to get that done. This is actually the duct, for the cooking range and that set up in place. The hole's already in place where that'll be ducted up and outside as part of this phase two construction. And there's two doorways in and out so that people coming and going for any activity, have as maximum flexibility of coming and going as possible. And then again, I think the most exciting part of this is the feel that you get out here. Anywhere the narthex and fellowship hall, the kitchen area is visible, you can see each other, and be set up for any kind of activity that we want. And it's just a great feel from here in the old fellowship hall out into this raised ceiling. With the light and everything, I think it's just going to be a great feel and a great space for us to use. And have I left out anything, Suzanne?
I can't think of anything.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah.
Go Chiefs! They're playing tonight.